Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is definitely a interesting one, and definitely one that is pretty wild and crazy. I've been waiting to tell this one for about a week or two now. This is very recent as well. Like all the stories I've been telling on this channel recently have been all like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 5 years ago. This story time takes place literally just under 2 weeks ago. So this is very much a recent story. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's jump into it. So, today's story time all takes place, like I said, just under 2 weeks ago. I was hanging out with my brother this day. We were just driving around, kind of bored, not really doing much, trying to find something to do. And while we were driving around bored with nothing to do, our sister gave us a call. Yeah, my sister called up my brother and was like, hey, the door on my house just broke, the back one. Do you think you could come over and take a look at it? So me and my brother drove over to my sister's house while she was at work, and we started fixing her door because it was broken. And that was nothing too out of the ordinary, just doing a sibling a favor, just trying to do a nice thing, right? But it was during this nice thing that something crazy kind of happened. So after we got done fixing the door, my brother's girlfriend pulled up, and she was going to come in and help as well. But by the time she had gotten there, the door was already fixed, so her help wasn't even needed anymore. But right when she got out of her truck in the front yard, she locked the keys in her car. Like, she locked the keys in her truck. And she didn't have that service that most people have where you can call someone, like a phone number, and they'll send someone out to you as soon as possible to help you, get your keys out. Yeah, she didn't have that. So it was kind of up to my brother and me to help her get her keys out. And we start doing that, right? So we're in the front yard at my brother's girlfriend's truck trying to get the keys out. He's like using stuff to pry open the door. Like, it really looks sketchy. Like, to anyone on the outside looking in, it looks like we're just breaking into a truck. It did not look like we were trying to get keys out of a car. And out of the corner of my eye, while we're doing this, I see an old man walking down the street very slow, like barely could walk, going super slow. And he was coming towards us with a very angry look on his face. And I look at my brother, and he's not even paying attention because he's trying to fix the situation at hand. He's trying to get in there and grab the keys. And I was like, yo, someone's coming. And he's like, what? And I was like, there's an old man coming. He looks angry. And he looks up and he sees him coming. And my brother's like, you know what? I don't got time for this shit. So he goes back to trying to get the keys out of the truck. And I'm just waiting for this old man to approach us. It felt like it was hours it took him to get to us because he was going so slow. But I just knew when he got to us, it was going to be a problem. I knew he was going to pull up and like start accusing us of breaking into a car or something because that's what it looked like. And sure enough, he finally gets to the driveway. He gets to the front yard where we are. He walks up to me and my brother, and I shit you not, like, this is exactly what he sounded like. He was like, excuse me, y'all better own that truck. And I was like, what? Because I didn't really hear him at first. And then he goes, you better own that truck. It better be yours. And I was like, yeah, it's ours. Don't worry. It's my brother's girlfriend's. We're helping her get her keys out. And he walks up and he goes, what'd you say? And I was like, it's ours. Yeah, we're helping my brother's girlfriend get her keys out. And then he's like, I know who lives here, and I know it's not any of you guys, so what are you doing here? And I was like, this is my sister's house. I know. We're her brothers. We've never met you before. Yeah. And he goes, you're her brothers? She has brothers? And I was like, yep, she has brothers. And, like, I kind of wanted to laugh a couple times because of how, like, defensive this dude was getting. But at the same time, like, it was cool to know that my sister had neighbors, like, looking out for her, that were good people. But then he kind of took it one step further, and he goes, all right, because if not, I'm going to have to use this. And he pulls out just a big-ass Glock, bro, out of his hoodie. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, Gramps is packing. Yeah, he pulls out this fucking Glock, and he just points it at me. And I was like, okay, like, all right, buddy. And my brother turns around and he's like, yeah, you'll need a bigger gun than that if you want to stop us. Trying to make a funny joke. And I'm like, this is not the time for joking. This old man is clearly on edge, man. I don't want him to shoot one of us. Now, I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. And luckily, after my brother made that joke, the old guy looked at him and just kind of like chuckled. And I was like, okay, was that like a happy chuckle? Or was it like a, I'm about to shoot you chuckle? And yeah, he's just got this Glock in his hand, looking at me like all unconvinced, still doesn't know if like I'm actually my sister's brother or not, or like if we're even the owners of this truck or not. Like, he just thinks we're some car thieves in the neighborhood stealing our sister's car or something. And I was like, okay, listen, man, like, we're just here trying to do something nice for our sister. We were fixing her door. Now my brother's girlfriend locked his keys in the car. Now we're fixing that for her. Like, We're literally not thieves or criminals, so like no need to worry, man. And he just stares at me for like another 10 seconds with this weird awkward silence, like just kind of not saying anything. And I'm not even sure if he heard what I said at first. And then he goes, "Okay, you better be not lying to me." And I was like, "I'm not lying to you, sir. Don't worry." And he turns around and he starts walking away back to his house. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, I just almost got laid out by an old man because he thought I was a thief. I'm also so lucky my brother's joke didn't go over any other way with this old man, because he might have actually not taken it as a joke. And then he might have like just started letting that gun rip or something. Like, I don't know. But anyway, he goes back to his house. And then he comes back out like 5 minutes later, this old guy. He comes back out without the gun. And he walks back over to the driveway. He's just watching us try and get into this truck. And he's just staring at us. And I look at him and I was like, "Sir, is there anything I can help you with?" He goes, "Nope, just watching." Then like a minute later, he leaves again. And he comes back with a giant tool in his hand. Like this big, like ginormous hatchet. And I was like, why is this man coming over here with a hatchet right now? Like, we don't need a hatchet. Like, not what we need to open this door, right? And he walks over and he starts walking up to me with it kind of fast. And I was like, great, I'm about to get my ass beat by an old man with a hatchet. Like, I can't even front. Like, my life flashed before my eyes for a second. Like, I was like, oh, okay, this is it. Like, I'm about to die to an old man with a hatchet. And he walks up to me and he hands it to me. And he goes, "Can this help?" And I was like, "I don't think we can use this for anything, but I appreciate it, sir." He goes, "All right, let me know if you need anything else." And he walks back to his house and just leaves this giant hatchet with us. And we ended up getting the door open just a little bit. We got it like cracked open with these tools. Not the hatchet, though. And we got the keys through the tiny crack, and then we opened the door with the keys. And we got in okay. He came back for his hatchet after that, and the old man said sorry for flashing his gun at us. He just thought we were thieves, but he's glad that we're not. And yeah, immediately I called up my sister, and I was like, "Hey, your neighbor is crazy." And I explained to her what happened. But yeah, honestly, I guess it's good to know that my sister has neighbors that are looking out for her. But I just wish he would have, believed us more quickly instead of flashing his fucking Glock at me. But yeah, guys, moral of this story is don't lock your keys in the car. This all could have been avoided if the keys were never locked in that truck and we never had to encounter the old man with a Glock. So yeah, guys, that's the moral of today's story. Don't lock your keys in the car. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Hit the weed, calm down, ayy. Have you ever been to Six Flags? Well, this shit like a roller coaster. You only wanna ride if you knock a door, ayy. Cause I ain't holdable. I know that you a fan, know you hold the post. We all got a plan till we're overdosing. Up and down, another round. I don't wanna see